Hey, folks, Quilly here, and welcome to Motorsport Mondays, the only thing that makes Mondays kind of okay. Let's get the main screen turned on. Hey, everybody! How's it going? Hopefully everyone had a decent weekend. The F1 season is now over. It ended on Sunday with a race which happened. It was not the most exciting race in the universe. Especially coming off the back of two of the most exciting races of the decade? Like, holy crap, did we ever get actually spoiled? The last two were nuts. For very different reasons, admittedly, but wow, oh wow, oh wow. This last one, not so much, but, you know, it is a race which happened and then was completed. And then we've got to wait something like 100 days or so? 3.5 months? Before the next season starts over, which actually isn't as bad as it could be. I mean, here's the thing. When I'm thinking about some other sports, some sports are like, you know, off for 6 months in between seasons. Depends. I guess we maybe got lucky. I don't know. Bum, bum, bum. Like Humankind model terrifying. So for those of you who don't know, tomorrow there will be a stream. Let's deal with this right away. Tomorrow there will be a live stream, Tuesday. We don't normally stream on Tuesday. It's going to start at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, same time this stream started. And it is going to be for Humankind. Again, we've covered on YouTube a little bit the sort of 4X strategy coming out from Amplitude, right? I think I'm getting that correct. It is going to be a sponsored stream tomorrow. And here's the big crazy thing about this stream. I am in this video game. And they're doing something really funky with it. This avatar that you guys are seeing over here, only I will be able to play as myself, apparently. But if you guys watch my streams, then you can get me as a drop, as a Twitch drop, so that I'll show up as an AI opponent in your games. And they actually did make me go through a psychological quiz so that they could go and craft and tune an AI that would behave a little bit like I do. So all these years of watching me, it's gonna finally pay off, you guys. I got a few of these, just hold on. There's that one. There's one they called Very Satisfied, but I don't think it's labeled. I don't know. If that's me satisfied, I don't know, man. I think I got some issues. Well, I guess I know I have some issues, so I guess there's that. What do we have? Quill introduction over here. Yeah. So the way it's going to work is you're going to have a sign up for a Games Together account. Games Together. There'll be links tomorrow and everything like that. But actually, I could probably get that set up. Games Together, which is the sort of portal setup by Amplitude Studios that they've used for a bunch of their titles before. So you do this and you link it to your Twitch. Well, I'll get some more details for you guys tomorrow. And then you should be eligible for drops to gain me. We're gonna see how it works tomorrow. I'm very eager. The open dev beta starts tomorrow, I believe is the idea. I haven't been able to play it. I've done like a little 30-minute intro, like, you know, demo testing, which you guys have basically seen the yub-tubs of it, and that's pretty much it. So tomorrow's going to be the first time I play the real game. I mean, still early open dev status, but really eager for it. So stay tuned for that. So that will be a sponsored stream tomorrow. So a little bit off of normal day. Might mean no Wednesday stream instead, so I might move it a little bit. We'll see. It'll depend a bit how I feel. Kind of in the mood to record some more Tropico. I actually have another Tropico Let's Play started in a sandbox instead of a mission, so expect some more Tropico to drop fairly soon as well, which I'm hyped. Wasn't the introduction on Twitch too? Maybe. I guess it was Twitch, and then I put the videos up on YouTube. There you go. But yeah, you'll be able to face me and my particular brand of pacifism. It's going to be kind of cool. I'll have to do a thing. I'll have to see if I can play as, like, not me and then face myself as an AI. I don't know if that's going to be a thing available too. No idea. So details are still coming out. And again, I may have said some things wrong. Standard disclaimers. I am potentially an idiot, but yeah, it's going to be pumped. Will Belgium have it coming? Well, yeah, I mean, obviously. Obviously, super lots. Excellent, excellent. And actually, just now, literally right this second, as I'm talking to you, I'm getting confirmation from the devs that if you, as long as you have a Games Together account that is listed or linked with Twitch, you will be able to get my drop. You won't have to like pre-order the game or anything like that. I mean, obviously, at some point you'll have to own the game to be able to play the game, but you don't actually have to do any kind of crazy pre-orders. Just make sure you've got an account on Games Together, make sure you link it to Twitch, and then tomorrow when you watch, you should have drops unlocked. And whenever you get the game, you'll be able to sign into your Games Together account inside the game, and that'll unlock the drops for you over there, which is very cool. But we're going to play some racing games. Let's play some car racing games. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and advanced time to the start of the next race. As it turns out, the next part, the part we started designing at the end of last stream, is not quite going to be done for this one. I mean, we knew it wasn't going to be able for the race, but it's literally not even done, so we can't even start improving it, which is okay. We did improve a whole bunch of parts over here. I've actually filled in some parts as a bit of a placeholder here, increasing reliability on miscellaneous things that at some point will be upgraded regardless. The only real part we're working on is the engine over here, which is basically maxed out on performance, just needs 1 point left to go. I guess actually increasing the reliability on the spec parts, since we're not going to be replacing them, might have some value. I suspect their 80% reliability is mostly going to be okay. Maybe in a race where it was a crucial part and we got really bad RNG, we might have had rear wing problems, but probably not. In any case, that's not going to be an issue over here. We did get a new sponsor while we were away. It was a very easy decision to make. I just looked at the numbers, but Ambrosini over here is a 10-race deal, $3 million up front, $400,000 per race. There was another contract available. It was also $400,000 per race, but I think it was only $500,000 up front. And another one that was I think $6 million up front, but the math worked out. It was going to be giving us less than this. This is effectively giving us $700,000 per race, which made this an easy decision for the Ambrosini sponsor over here. What game was that for? The ad avatar for? It's for Humankind. So, hang on. Humankind. Make an account here to get the drop tomorrow. Make sure to link to your Twitch. Bam. There you go. Humankind. It's like it's like a historical 4X game. It's like a Civ, for example. It's like a Civilization game. With XCOM battles? Kind of hard to describe. But it looks really good. Okay, so I think we're ready for the race. As soon as I hit continue, we'll be going to the race. We're going to be at the Black Sea in Russia here. It's the 5th race, 5th of 16. A lot of races. This is by far the biggest season that we have done in Motorsport Manager, now that we're in the top leagues. Still doing our Underdog challenge over here. Fuel burns reported to be very low. Tire wear reported to be very high, although we are going to be on fairly hard tires over here. Weather is going to be okay. I mean, conceivably, there might end up being some surprise rain in here, but we will not expect any. I don't have a different camera. I have a different lighting setup. I did tune it a little from Saturday, but I think I still need to mess with the white balance a little bit because it's still a little bit on the blue side. These are much more pure white lights. My last lighting set was kind of that kind of yellow warm kind of tint to it, and I still have to tweak the white balance to maybe get back where we are. Although theoretically, this might be a little bit more my skin tone. Nah, it's definitely a little bit on the blue side. So we'll see about warming it up for the next one. But I'm getting a little closer to the sweet spot. I think we can go. Oh wait, no, pit crew. Bam, pit crew. Yes. Let's start doing some sub outs over here. Interestingly enough, Beza, who's got the burnout, still has 0% mistake chance. So we're going to keep using her for now until she gets completely worn out, because the burnt out ones don't bounce back. But 4% mistake chance is pretty bad. Okay, we've got Nunez over here, who could also front jack, ERS fixing. We don't care as much about the fixing. There you go. 20 tires, 0% mistake chance. I'm trying to mouse wheel here, and it's super awkward all the time. We'll put Ansel in here, which is going to be fine. If we can get rid of this 0.1% and get... There you go. Chasen will have 0% mistake chance, 20 on the tires. The fixing, I very much less care about. We might be able to do a little bit of subbing in here. Cul de Court is that. Any chance the Cold Court's actually at full rest? Yeah, I was going to say Cold Court's at full rest here on the 0.1 mistake chance. They just don't have enough stamina overall. There might be some subbing internally we can do, but again, the fixing basically is not something we care about. Honestly, maybe I should just put dummy people in fixing things because it shouldn't have to come up. So effectively, we've got 0% mistake chance. We're only missing 1 point to score here on the front jack, but that's going to be okay. I mean, I guess there's no reason we couldn't just bring in Warland. There we go. Eliminate, get all the way up. That's going to be okay. What camera do you use? Webcam? Yeah, it's the same camera I've been using for like 1,000 years. It's like Logitech C910, I think. Something like that. I mean, I bought this thing years and years ago. Same thing with this. At some point, I should probably look into, getting some big boy hardware, some real hardware. But, I'm just here to play games. We didn't get the achievement. I guess we could try it again. Although we had to do it in kind of a wonky way last time to get there. It just didn't work out. I mean, I guess Carpenter could go to the rear jack. That doesn't really help the solution. But we did a run with all 20s, and I don't know. It didn't. I don't think it went. So, I mean, I can put... For fixing, it's Nunez is the... yeah, fixing is the Nunez, and that's it. We don't have someone else with a 20 fixing. And then if I do that, I mean, do we have a 20 tire who's not all burnt out? I guess I could put Blank in. You know what? I don't care. F it. I don't care. Let's go racing. So sponsors, we're going to have to go Football Manager because we're still... Okay, so, I mean, if you look at the car, right, our car parts are still garbage. We are, I mean, statistically likely to come in dead last. Our expectation is to come in at least 8th, like, overall, between both drivers, so 8 out of the 10 teams. So if we end up somewhere around, depending on how the other teams shake out, if we end up doing something like finishing 14, 15 or something, we're going to be okay. So anyway, the objective, we're going to go for 7th and above, which is still going to be fairly difficult for us to do, but you never know. I know it says, like, very high tire wear, but I think that's why it's giving us just harder tires, right? I think that's why hard, medium, soft, as opposed to, like medium, soft, super soft, or something like that. So I think that's what they're basing it on. So I'm kind of thinking we do something like this. We still have a bunch of softs for qualification, and then maybe for some shorter stints. I mean, there's a possibility we might be able to go like hard in a race or something, but we don't really know what it's going to look like. So probably something like this. In terms of parts, I don't think there's any change to be made. Oh, that's not true. We can give... Oh! Maybe I was never planning on using this gearbox. Yeah, because it's not actually much better than the other one. I think we weren't going to bother adding reliability to this because we're just making some better gearboxes than this one anyway. So we're not going to use it because that's way too low. So we're pretty much good. Yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea. Especially since we are unlikely to qualify high enough to need the extra softs. I'm actually wondering about an extra set of mediums. I think I like that idea. Plus, if nothing else, it might give us the ability to practice in mediums and then use 2 mediums in the race. So that might be a better way to go for us, especially since we don't need as many softs for the actual race itself. Oh yeah, what are the temps? 2020, 13! That is interesting, which means on these stiffer tires, we will have trouble maintaining temperature unless we push. On the other hand, maybe it means we equip stiffer tires and then push. Or it means we can run the softs and just be in yellow mode. It's going to be a little hard to kind of determine. That is going to be really ice cold on race day. I think I'm still going to go with this. Because we don't need as many tires in quali, I think this will give us maybe a little bit more interesting options. You think it's a short pit on this one? I was just looking at the map. I didn't necessarily get a sense. Maybe we can get a sense of it when we do the practice. Because the shorter the pit lane, the more we might want to do multiple stops. Pit cuts, but looks long. I'm having a hard time figuring out where the pit lane is on this image. I guess it's over here. doesn't really cut. It's about the same length, right? If that's the entry and the exit over there. So, it was 33 laps, I believe. Yeah, 33 laps. So, just looking at the numbers, the raw numbers over here, what are we looking at? We can almost do it on a pair of mediums. Hard plus medium will definitely do it, because it's going to be, you know, even at the lower end of the estimate, well, then that's exactly 33 laps. Now, if we have to push these tires to keep them a little hotter, then it might wear down a little bit more than that. Theoretically, a one-stop with hard medium is going to be a possibility. I'm wondering, though, about medium soft soft. Because that'll bring us to 34 if we're just looking at the minimum numbers, which probably gives us a little bit more room to push. I don't think we'll need to push on the softs to keep the temperature up. We might with the mediums on race day. And if you're right, if there's a safety car, 2 mediums might work out. What I think we do is we probably start on the mediums, and then we plan on going something like medium soft soft. But if it turns out there's a safety car during that first stint, we might be... So if it's really early in the first stint, it'll save us a couple laps of wear, which might make it possible for us to go medium medium. If it happens very late in the stint, then... what might happen at that point is we take the cheap pit stop and maybe we just throw on the hards to finish the race, or, I mean, we figure it out. It's going to depend entirely where it's going to happen. And yes, you're right. More pit stops equals more free charges of ERS, which lets us underfuel more or drive more, you know, more aggressive engine modes or something like that, because we still save fuel with charges. So, I mean, I don't think we're going to plan for, like, we could... No. 3 stints on softs isn't really possible. 4 stints, I mean, on softs we could do it, but I don't think we're going to have that many softs. So I think it's perfect. I think what we do is we practice on mediums, and then plan on maybe medium soft soft, maybe medium medium, maybe medium hard. It'll depend on the timing of any safety cars. If there's no safety cars, it's probably medium soft soft. But we can practice on a set of mediums, get some medium knowledge, and that's going to be potentially okay. We can also practice on softs to get some soft knowledge for maybe qualifying. We have at least one driver who's got the mechanic perk for the bigger sweet spot during quali. So we don't really need quali trim and tire trim for that. I don't know. We might... I kind of feel like we want race trim and medium, and just say F quali. Because, I mean, it's not like we're going to do well in quali anyway. Our car is comparatively garbage. Chances of doing well in qualification are extremely slim. Instead, our best chance is probably getting a proper performance out of the race itself. So, we'll probably do that. We'll start on the mediums. And we're going to start on the mediums here as well. Now, looks like it's going to be higher downforce is to be expected, probably more understeery handling, and fairly short speed balance. I think what I'm going to do here is, car setup, is I'm going to shorten this, and we'll just add some downforce. I can't remember, is the other one, like, considerably lower downforce? No, it's got a range, but... I think here for the speed balance, I'm going to make it as short as possible because it's almost certainly going to end up over there. And I think we do want a little bit stiffer handling as well because it's likely going to be more towards understeer and probably more downforce, actually. Here, we'll do something like this. So we'll know what direction to move in here, 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 probably here to the left as well. Handling might be a bit of a wild card. It might turn out the sweet spot is over here, if it turns out the sweet spot's over there. Most likely it's going to be more towards understeer, but I think this will give us a good place to start from. I like it. Yeah, I have no idea what the low risk in charging is. I would love to find out that number. So we're going to do race trim stints to start off with. Because I don't think the quali trim is really going to make much of a difference for us. And you got to refuel there. So the pit straight isn't, or the pit lane, I guess, isn't horribly long, but it really doesn't save any of the track. I'm going to call this like normal kind of pitting kind of stuff here. Oh, we purpled the speed balance right away. Hello. The only reason to do your best for qualifying is earn the sponsor objective to qualify how you start and you start. Well, yeah, so doing well in qualifying, A, for sponsor objective. B, if you're going to get into Q3 in qualifying, you really want to qualify at the top of Q3. If you get into Q3 and then you just qualify like 9th or something, like that's going to be a really bad position to be in, because, well, if you can get into Q3 on, say, the medium tires or something, that's not so bad. But if you get into Q3 and your best time in Q2 is on some very worn softs, and you got to start the race with that, oof, that's going to be bad. All right, the fact that these are good tells us a fair bit, because we've got a fair amount to move. I think we'll do something like that, and then we'll stiffen up the suspension a fair bit as well. And let me just pull this back. Well, we know where the excellent speed balance is, so we don't actually have to stress about hitting the speed balance. We'll be able to figure it out again. Because we've already found it, which is going to be nice. Straight yellows over here on Balky. That's not as good. You got an Aalborg export aquavit schnapps for my dad. It's a Christmas present. That sounds really good. Let's stiffen. Actually, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if the handling might be on the other side. Well, we'll find out here, because it might go to poor. But that's okay. It'll still give us the info that we want. So I'm not burning the tires here because we want to make sure they last through practice. We got excellent on the downforce. That's lovely because nothing else tweaks, like when nothing else changes the downforce. So we're locked in there. We know where the excellent speed is, and we're on great with the handling. So what we're going to do here is I'll bring the speed balance back over this way. And then maybe what I'll do... So the handling was good there. Let me give another chunk and see what it tells us. If it tells us great, then we've got a lot of information. If it tells us... if it tells us good, we've got a lot of information. If it tells us great, we have some information. That probably excellent is in between those two. We're already at 96%, but I guess what we'll do is we'll do one more short stint here with Monty, but we might be able to hit this. Oh, so Valky wants a little bit more oversteer. Handling became poor. Okay, which actually gives us tons of info. Your hard drive is burning up. Why is that, Cornelius? So we were good with the downforce. We're still good with the downforce. I have a very hard time believing that the good range is truly this wide. I think that means the great/excellent is in the middle of these two. So I'm going to bring down the downforce to be smack down in the middle of these two goods. If this also says good, I will be shocked. I'm assuming it's sort of excellent and great in this range, sort of good over here, and then becomes, you know, poor, okay, stuff over there. For handling, so we definitely moved the wrong direction for handling, because we were good, we've got to poor, so this tells me, and especially with the way these sliders are, that's why I was sort of thinking, that the great is actually over to the right here somewhere. And with the speed balance, we did hit great, and we've got a little bit of a nudge. We'll see what this does. It'll either go to good, which will tell us that the excellent is to the right, or it'll still be great, in which case, well, we may not know too much, but then we can fiddle a little wee bit. So we'll send you back out. Boom. Bring in. Oh, yeah, you can't see. That's right. I got to move my camera to the... Man, all these games have got to stop putting their UI in different places, you know? We got to get one consistent UI so we can see everything all the time. Oh, triple purple with Monty. What do we think? 98, 99, 100? 98. The lowest possible purple. What we'll do, though, is we'll just go ahead and give a little nudge over here. And then see what that does, maybe. Actually, I suspect that will worsen things with the downforce. If anything, it's probably in the... I don't know. We'll just do that. We'll see if it goes up. We'll go down. If we race into 98, I'm not going to complain. Most of what we're going to do here is we're going to do 12. I think she'll actually finish this, especially if I'm on red engine mode. The fuel will get low, and then she'll come in and we'll get another update on this info. Keep going on the mediums. That's going to be fine. Chat's not really chatty. Yeah, it's a little bit of a quiet day. Overtake engine mode over here. And Balky. Did we already have the excellent... No, we didn't have the excellent downforce. We actually down at 94%. We actually lost. We went from 87 to 84 here. We got the purple downforce. I think we still have to move a little further to right. It's a little hard to know, because it was good here. It might be the same thing with the greats in between. Hang on, how do these cars compare? Oh shit, I guess I can't compare them. That's unfortunate. I gotta assume that we want the handling between these two goods. Yeah, it must be. Speed balance, let's see, is good there, was great there, is great here. What I'll do is I'll lengthen it, so we'll go to the right of the previous one and see what that does to the speed balance. I suspect this will break it, but that's going to be good information. So we'll go ahead, we'll do another short stint with Balky here. Yeah, there you go. That's what I suspected. I was going to break that. And the handling still... Okay, there you go. We did find the great handling. All right. The great speed balance. So great and great over here. So we do need to shorten this up a little bit, and we'll see now. Handling is good. It's poor. It's good. Is good. Is great. I think what we're going to do is we're going to nudge the handling, yeah, just slightly to the left over here. That might move it from great to excellent. Okay, we're just slightly to the right of the previous great speed balance. Although I suspect what we want to do is actually be slightly to the left between these two greats. So that's not quite going to cut it. Oh no, actually, hold on. There you go. We're kind of between the two greats. Now, for handling, I need to make a bit of an adjustment here. Because I think we're too far to the left. How are we going to work this so that we end up where we want to be? It's going to be tricky. I guess we could mess with the front and rear wing angles, which will let us control a few other things. Okay, actually, that's not bad. We are between... Well, no, we're near one of the greats. All right, let me go with this, see what our handling says, if nothing else. I think we'll bring Balky in one more time. Tire pressure does not affect tire wear rates, to the best of our knowledge. The only thing that matters in that slider is the final percentage. The final, like, 95, 96, etc. percentage is, as far as I know, the only thing that actually gets used in the race. All right, double purple, and then we got the great. What are we at overall for percentage? 98%, not too bad. So we might be able to find the speed balance here, especially if we mess with the two downforce sliders. So again, we've got the great, okay, we've got the great here. I think we might want to move this to the right. So what we want to do is we want to lower the rear angle and then increase the front wing angle. So we want the downforce to end up being exactly where it was before, but you see the speed balance has changed over here. So it's slightly to the right of the old one. I don't know, we'll compare it. If we end up with a 98, I'm not going to complain. Just stay out as long as you can at this point. It's going to be fine. Boom. And just do this. Theobromine. Oh, yes. When nothing goes right, go left. Loving the handling. Good stuff. Oh, shit. Did we max out our knowledge? Bring in, bring in. Whoopsie. No, we're actually only great with a downforce. So we know we actually need slightly more downforce. And hopefully not breaking the others. We'll see what this does in terms of overall percentage. But yeah, we may as well change and get some quality trim in at this point. And then we may as well see if we can get a little bit of tire just in case it comes up for one of the two drivers for quali. 97. Oh, we actually got worse over here. So we'll just use the 98% setup. And yeah, we'll burn in one set of softs. And I'm not going to increase the fuel mode here, because I don't think... Okay, let's go here. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to run out of fuel and then have to pit again, because that'll lose us more time than just getting more laps out. But if it's about 110 per lap, I think this is going to be okay here with the amount of time we have remaining and all that jazz. Practice times for tires look really good, beating higher teams practicing on softs. Yeah, actually, our practice times were pretty good. You're right. I think we hit those percentages pretty good. But I don't know how much the AI actually does in terms of that percentage work and how much it matters and changes. Oh, just barely. Just barely not. Maybe I should have gone red there. Or maybe we just ended up running out of fuel. I actually didn't see what the fuel count was at the end. Alright. Quali setup. So, I mean, we'll take the quali trim. You'll take the soft tires, because you're obviously going to be running that. You're going to take the bigger sweet spot, and then the quali trim. We're obviously going to run on soft tires for both. I think we're on our biggest percentage, which is the 98 over there. That's going to be fine. And over here, we got the 98 and the softs. That's also going to be okay. We'll take the first qualifying session.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
I'm going to try just to do... I'm going to do 2 stints. So on 2 fresh softs, which will leave us 2 pairs of fresh softs for the race itself. But I'm going to delay so that there's a little bit of track grip in for the first set. And then we'll go again afterwards. We got whiskey and chocolate, 1 second. Alright, send up Monty. Go. Go. Space them out slightly. Go, go. Alright, well that's happening. What was whiskey and chocolate? Oh, wrong page. Load, please. Hey, Silex! Thank you very much! Okay, this is on auto, right? Yeah, good. I've enjoyed your channel for a long time, so here's a little bit of Christmas cheer. Thank you for all the content, and have a very Merry Christmas. Well, thank you. There's a good chance that will, in fact, go to a little bit of Christmas cheer, if you know what I mean. Much appreciated. Thank you. Check for rain. Well, there's not any rain scheduled because the tire grip is not going away at any point, so there's nothing predicted. We had double perfect over here. We got the bigger sweet spot for Monty, which is helpful. Whereas the brake temps here, we've got pretty good tire material tech, I think, but the brake material is not quite as strong for that second sweet spot. It doesn't matter. Double perfect sweet spots on Monty and 18th. Valky might make it to Q2. I mean, do we want to save... We might... Okay, here's the thing. Well, if we know for sure it's going to work, unless we make her do a second stint on these somewhat worn softs. No, we'll do a fresh one here. Yeah, and it's not enough to get in there, so we may as well do this. If we get into Q2, we might just qualify on a set of worn softs and save 2 fresh softs for the race. And just be like, you know what? 15th is going to be good enough. And yeah, so of course we're not leaving Q2. This, 100% known. So if we get to Q2, we'll just do it on worn softs. Ooh, double perfect for Balky. That's going to make a big difference. Balky's got the best chance. Actually, only single perfect for Monty this time. Pretty lame lap. Did not improve. Still an 18th overall. Monty improved slightly from maybe 19th. Above Moritzen! What has happened to Moritzen? Remember when I kept saying that firing Moritzen was the best? Oh, by the way, there's a bingo entry for you. We mentioned Moritzen. Do. Monty can only go so fast in the worst car. Yeah, and that's, I mean, our cars are poop. That is really poor qualifying for us, admittedly, but, like, we don't really expect much more than this. We are the Williams of this league. Right? And we don't have a Mr. Saturday. You need a sneeze? I'll see what it can do. Hold on, I'll sniff some black pepper and get you a sneeze for your bingo card. I don't think we had a bingo card link posted this time. That's okay. Alright. Done and done. More like a Haas. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe more like a Haas. I don't know. You gotta crash your DNF. We need rain! That's always what we need. Wow, Lavoie over here, Lucy Lavoie, she keeps crushing it over and over and over again. And Partanen's her partner. Partanen, she must have gotten promoted from the other league because she was one of the people we're racing against. Or it's a different Partanen, which is possible. But wow. Wow. How many seasons? Well, so I'm thinking maybe 2 other seasons. We're hoping for a mid-table finish next season, and then we can probably compete for the top spot the season after that. More chaos, such as rain safety cars. There's a chance for a point. Yeah, absolutely. More chaos, more better. I don't worry about engine expert because we're at 100% condition, so that's going to be okay. Medium tire, race trim, that's the tech we're going for. And same thing over here. I'm not going to care about nurse. Medium tire. I mean, we've got level 3 in both, which is great. We are, in fact, going to be starting on medium tires. We might want to split the strategy up for the purpose of not having to double stack in the pits. Although the pit stops are much faster than they used to be. We're going to have to do our fuel in a second here, too. Make sure I don't start the race without doing the fuel. But... So first of all, 14:16, is that the same predicted time? Because they have slightly different smoothness. 14:16. Yeah, Balky's at 18 smoothness, or 16. But apparently it's enough to still have the same relative numbers over here. So obviously, I mean, depending on where they are in the race, we may not want to pit them at the same sort of lap, but we'll see how it goes. And I really want to leave my options open. It might be nice to have inverted them so that we don't have that sort of intersection, but like both are very likely to go medium, soft, unless there's chaos, in which case everything can change. We don't know what that will be. So I'm going to start them with the double mediums and hope we can semi-double stack them. Okay, fuel-wise, we have 33 laps. Now, we have been assuming that with our hybrid mode, we are saving about 20% fuel. It depends a little bit on how many laps there are and the fuel wear and different things like that. Potentially we save a little bit more than 20%, but we don't want to run too low on fuel, so it seems okay to do it. If we end up with excess fuel, it means that we can use maybe our last ERS charge on boost instead of hybrid or something like that. So if we were going to run on yellow mode and yellow engine mode the whole thing, we'd need about 26.4 laps of fuel to do that. But we are hoping and expecting to be able to run it on 1.3 engine mode the whole time. And I mean, with those numbers that work out, we're always going to want to start with a full load of fuel, because if we want to run on red engine mode the whole time, assuming we have a 20% saving from hybrid mode, we need 34.3 laps worth of fuel in the car to do that, which is more than we can actually pack in. So we are just going to start with full fuel tanks and expect to run on red engine mode the entire time. That's the plan by which we are going to be operating over here. So we could underfuel the car, you know, lighter cars go faster, but the red engine mode is faster than underfueling it. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, this is the first race of the day. It's the 5th race of the season, but the first race of the day. So we're going to start on double medium from way back. We are doing a 2-stop. I expect a lot of the AI will also be 2-stopping, which means actually our chances to do strategic advancement on this race might be hard. Some AI will 3-stop. It'll really depend on how many soft tires they have remaining, and I expect a lot of them burn through quite a few of the soft tires in quali. Of course, everyone in the top 10 is going to have to start on the tires that they did the best time in Q2, which is probably going to be used softs, and we have a little bit of hope over there. So we are going to start... I think we're going to start all in the red. I think we are going to have to pull back on the engine mode a little bit. We've got to keep in mind it is very cold here. So likely what's going to happen is we are going to... I mean, we don't have a huge amount of lap budget to spare in our tires, so we can't push the tires like mad. You know, unless we were going like hard medium or even hard medium or something like that, or hard medium soft. I don't know. We'll start in double red. I think we're going to pull back to the orange fairly quickly. We shall see. Now, keep in mind, we do start behind a safety car for the formation lap. It is a flying start as opposed to a standing start. If you get a chance to propose a vote, what are you going to want to change? Quality or spec parts? That's a great question. Adding one extra spec part would help us save some money. Since I don't think the AI really follows the same rule with the part development, they mostly just, you know, develop the parts, and that's okay. So if we can add in one extra spec part, it probably would save us a fair amount of cash. On the other hand, going back to a single shot quali would probably be better for us. If nothing else, it's better for the stream in terms of time management, because it's going to be a lot easier for us to get 2 proper races in if we have a single session quali. Plus, single session quali also gives us more tires to play with, because we won't have to pack as many softs. So we could do something like 2 hards, 3 mediums, and I think 4 softs, 5 softs, something like that. And having more tire options probably benefits us more, because we can be a little bit more flexible and find rooms to optimize in our pit strategy. So I suspect going to 1 quali will benefit us a fair bit, actually. On the other hand, well, especially as we get better, once we get into sort of top 10 range over here, we probably don't want to do this stuff where we start on 1 tires. Because it's really bad. In actual F1, the softs last a little bit more. Anyway, the race is starting now. So tires got fairly cold on the formation lap, which is fairly typical. I'm going to keep us on red here, especially with Balky, because she seems to be gaining some territory. Actually, Monty is getting in there as well, which is nice. Oh, and then we get bunched up, and Monty loses out big time on that corner. Bigly she loses out on that corner. So what I'm going to do now is actually, I'll pull back on Monty now. I'm going to pull, sorry, we're going to keep her on overtake. I'm going to pull our tires way back to neutral with the hope that maybe we can squeeze out 1 extra lap out of her. But also, we're going to watch the temperatures and see if they drop on neutral. I'm going to keep Balky on red for a little bit more, because she's very much in a tight fight to gain some position here. Unfortunately, we don't start with full power charge. Oh, there it is. Tab wasn't responding for some reason. Or maybe I was hitting caps lock. Some of these guys do start with... They either start with more charge, or they just gain it so much more because they're on superchargers. Right? These are probably superchargers, batteries, and then we're here on the flywheels, which charge very slowly. So they might be able to do more boosts early on for a position. But we will see. I think while we're stuck at the bottom, benefits of keeping quali as is. Yeah, I don't think we're in a rush to change quali, but it is something... So probably not this season, but maybe next season. Or you know, in the second season, assuming we think... Okay, if we think we're going to be competitive in our 3rd season, then in the 2nd season, we're going to want to propose the vote to change quali, so that by the time we get to the 3rd season, we will be in a better tire situation. That's the theory. Or maybe we just get so good that we can get into Q3, like we can do Q2 on our medium tires, get into Q3, and then switch to our softs there, so that we can qualify near the top, but start the race on, you know, medium tires instead of the softest compound. Okay, we're gonna pull back here. We're gonna go to, we're gonna go to push mode on the tires with Balky. So we got to keep an eye on Monty's temp. I think it is dropping on yellow here. Change to have more tire sets available. That's true, although that might benefit the AI more than us. Because the AI doesn't always, you know, especially in quality, sometimes they burn through more sets, and then they find themselves on race day with a bunch of worn tires and nothing really good happening. Balky's form is terrible. 2.7 today? I mean, yeah, she's, you know, up in 15th. She's gained some places, and Monty hasn't. But, I don't know. Yes, the tires are definitely getting colder on yellow mode over here. So we're going to go to push on Monty to help keep the tire temps a little higher. Up into 13th with Balky and 17th with Monty. Oh, we've got some people who have pitted. That's why, although she's doing pretty well here. We should be, we're probably going to be the only people pushing our engine in red mode basically the entire race. Does form really do anything to code? Yeah, what the form does is it lowers their effective stats. So while their form is lower, their stats don't apply as much. So how much of an impact that has? Well, I mean, it's mixed into all the other variables, so it's certainly a thing. The difference between, you know, a 1 form and a 10 form isn't going to make or break the race by itself, but it's definitely going to have an impact. It might be worth a couple of places, you know? But right now, our shitty-ass car is by far the thing having the biggest impact on us, I'm certain. Okay, so the temps race slightly on orange. Not much, but slightly. Unless it's coded wrong, I don't think the lower form is supposed to be better. So all we're doing right now is we're just building up charge. When it comes close to pitting time, we're going to burn it on hybrid mode. we're gonna have a negative fuel delta, but that's, you know, to be expected. It's a better fuel delta on Valky because she has natural fuel saving as part of her character sheet. Does track grip has any impact on different tire compounds? As far as I can tell from looking at the code, the track grip just universally brings down lap times and does not interact with individual compounds. Oh wow, Valky, what are you doing here? God damn, hell, it's right behind you. You've got Sharp with like fresh, soft tires. I mean, I think Sharp's gonna squeeze by. She's falling in the gap that Valky is making, but Valky is just crushing pace. Even Monty's up to 12th here, well, 13th again, but. And this is before any pit stop shenanigans. There are a few people up front who have pitted. Lavoie is pitting on mediums now. Lavoie, I think, like, pitted, like, one extra time than us last time and still ended up first overall. She's just, like, a beast. You're behind Sharp, don't worry. Sharp's not going to be slowing you down. Sharp should be going faster than you are, Valky. Valky's on fire much better during qualifying. Yeah, she is a woman possessed today. Her form is scooching up a little bit. So far, weather is still clear. Nothing expected. And at this point, we've got such a good forecast center, we can tell what the race is going to look like, which makes a big difference. So we know it's going to be dry throughout. So right now, the plan is probably do the medium soft. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you down over here. There's enough of a gap between our two cars. Well, 2.5 seconds. A double stack wouldn't kill Monty, if it comes to that. Are there two Beckers? Yeah, I think we noticed that, yeah. Yeah, Becker and Becker. They should have the first initial in there to differentiate. Or they should fire one. It's too confusing. While we are out of position, it's still nice to be battling with the Mercedes. It's true. I mean, so Lavoie is just ahead of us. Well, now a little further ahead. Now, she's already pitted once, so it's not exactly... I mean, technically we're battling for position, but not for, you know, true net position. Wow, they're really having quite the scuffle. All right, I think we're going to... So this should last... We figure ballpark, and it depends on exactly the length of each lap, but with a 33-lap race, a full charge here is going to last about 5 laps. So right now we'd be looking at about 2.5 laps worth of stuff. We can probably wait one more lap, maybe 2, and then engage the hybrid mode. Yeah, Becker and Becker on different teams. I know, but still, one of them has to fire one. It's just the rules that I've just made up now. So, we're going to get past here with hybrid mode by Partanen. That's going to be fine. Or not power mode, not hybrid mode. Okay, it is time. Now, hybrid you. Bring you back down to neutral. Yeah, absolute tire temperature doesn't matter. It's only like the 0% or 100% where tire wear increases by 2. I think it's double at 0% or 100% temp. And as far as we know, that's the only place where tire wear has any, or tire temperature has any impact. All right, we're going to hybrid mode here too. So on medium, the cliff of like absolute lost performance is 5%. We might pit Valky slightly before that if we're trying to avoid the double stack. And actually right now, well, they're about 3 seconds apart, these two, which theoretically is all we need for a double stack. So we might be able to pit them on the same time. All right, this message from Valky is a complaint. She just entered her lowest performance band on the tires. They're definitely starting to go. It's not the cliff, but it's still not great. But we're not going to pit her now. We want to use up more of our charge. Now, one day we're going to do the pit. We're going to do the charge in the pit, and it's going to break the ERS, and then we're going to be in a terrible situation fuel-wise, but that'll just have to happen. Both cars in the points probably not going to last. No, I suspect not. All right, temp's getting a little low over here, but so far so good. We might have to do a little more on, especially if we're gonna double stack these cars. There you go. She's just entered in the lowest performance band. We're gonna double stack these cars. Then it doesn't matter that she's got slightly more percentage than Valky because effectively they are gonna pit at the same.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Partanen crashed. Oh, shit. That is a really bad, like, that is head on with no deflection. That would be, like, instant deceleration and all the G's. Yeah, no safety car, which, I mean, come on, look at its position. Clearly, in modern F1 with its emphasis on safety, that would definitely be a safety car. The lack of safety car is not helpful to us. The yellow flags don't really have an impact. I mean, Partanen's not going to score points. It's fine. I'm not sure that really makes or breaks anything for us. Hey, Katadrina, thank you very much. What animal solves a mystery? A duck-detective. A duck-detective. All right. A duck-detective. Yeah, that crash would have been... That's nasty. That is nasty. Yeah, no safety car. I think they call the safety car right away. It doesn't go yellow into, okay, safety after all. Hybrid mode is engaged. Nearly out over here. Got another lap, maybe. What I haven't been doing is checking what the lap count is. I think we've got one extra lap is going to be exactly right for Balky here, I think, and therefore for both of them. Let me go ahead and go push on you. So, pit entrance is right here. We're at 11%. So we have a 6% budget for the next pit stop. I think that's going to be bang on perfect. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to go flywheel or something else for the next season. The fuel saving is really good. The thing is, I think the flywheel and the fuel saving mode, I think might even become stronger the further up ahead you are. Because if you just get in clear air where you don't have to overtake anyone, then I think just the plain, just slightly faster per lap from saving fuel is better than the power mode. And yeah, I mean, we're definitely in a box here. So it's 21 laps remaining. It'll be 20 laps after we come out of the pit stop, which is exactly on the lower end of 2 softs. We have to do 10 laps on each pair of softs, but that's going to be okay. The softs are going to keep their temperature a little bit better. We can probably just yet run them on yellow mode without pushing, which means I think it's going to work out beautifully and easily. We're okay here. We only lost 14% of our engine, which is pretty good, actually. I don't think it's a crucial engine race, so the wear is going to be less, which means it's easier to run the whole race on red, although we might not be able to run the whole race on red. It'll mostly depend on how much fuel we can keep saving over here. We're going to go balanced on Balky, because we want to make sure we're out of the way. But we're also going to pit on Monty. We're going to be double boxing over here. So we're going to do softs. Parts are still fine over here. We'll try to add a little bit of charge. And you can go safer just to make sure there's less of a mistake. Yeah, the yellow is just for a sector, not full lap. Not full rate. Yeah, not the full lap. It's just, you know, sector 1, sector 2, sector 3. No passing that sector. You're going to burn through your hybrid charge pretty much bang on. Here, we'll use a little bit more hybrid here before we come in, just in case something terrible happens with Balky. 6%, and we're coming right up on the pit stop. Well, not quite, actually. We are going to hit the cliff here. So on yellow tire, we might be using about 7% per lap. Just barely, though. All right, Balky's coming in. Robot did not finish. Migo card. Is this DNF or crash in the race? What's DNF? Oh, DNF, yeah. Did not finish. All right. Excellent pit stop. Clean. Perfect. And look at that. Just as Balky's leaving, Monty's pulling in. Throwing you on neutral. We'll have to keep an eye on these soft tires to make sure they don't get cold. But yeah, that was lovely. I mean, we're down to 14th and 17th after our pit. That's pretty good. Flores and Becker both start. A lot of people. Well, I don't know how many people started on hards. These two started on hards. They haven't pitted yet. They might be going for a one stop. I think it's possible as long as they baby their tires. The thing is, they might be fighting with tire temps a lot, though. The hards are going to be real ice cold on this track. And so that might be a bit of an issue. They might be hoping for a one stop, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not possible. Red Bull would like a word. For the perfect double stack? Yeah. All right. Temps, I think we started exactly the 50% mark with the when we pit stop. I think the tires, you know, they come out of the tire blankets and they're at 50%. So I think we are losing a little tire temp on the softs. But the 10 laps, which is what we need to do on the softs, was at the bottom of their range, right? They're predicted for 10 to 12. Depends a little bit on how you push and how things go. It does take into account the track's tire wear as well as the driver's smoothness, though, that 10 to 12. so it should be fairly accurate, depending on exactly what we have to do for a push. Temps are going down, but if we have to do a little bit on orange to maintain the temps, that might consume like 11 laps worth, but that's still okay. As long as we do 10 laps, that's going to be... Oh my god! That is not a proper pit stop line. So in F1, this pit stop line, you'd get a white line that would extend this way and do this, and the cars would not be allowed to cross over the white line when people are doing this, because who's number 14? Lee over here nearly smashed into us as we were bolting past. They were ahead, so that's good then. We got ahead after the pit stop. They've got some ERS charge probably from not spending it. They got 82%. Or maybe they did a crazy charge in the pits. I'm betting they just had it. So he's going to try to use that to pass us. If he does, I mean, that's fine. Like, it's hard for us to compete directly. Although, maybe I could have defended with some charge of our own. But we need to make sure we don't run out of fuel, so... Yeah, we undercutted a car. Temporarily, he was able to get past. But not too shabby. If we ended now at 14th and 18th, that might be lower than 8th overall. Can we get, That's our standing. That's not showing us what this would be considered. And it's hard to tell because it depends exactly on the split of the other team's drivers and how they end up. This might be enough to meet expectations. I wouldn't mind a little bit better. If Monty could get up into... Ooh, there we go. Valky. Oh, some free passes in the pits. You know what? Oh, they're defending with their own ERS, but it's not going to be enough. Okay. Back to conserve. They're still ERSing it up, though. Hang on. A little more power. Oh, yeah, and then we're out of power. That may have been bad. We may have burned too much fuel there. Might be a good time to do a little bit of push since we're going to have to do something to maintain our tire temp anyway. How much charge does this bastard have? Jeez. Okay, that may have actually cost us too much fuel there. I thought, oh, we'll just get in front. They're having such a hard time. They're not going that fast. If we get just in front of them, we might be delaying them instead of them delaying us, which would be kind of ideal. Piaget is pitting for repairs. Well, we got Pi there. Jeez, this battle. Balky's got the inside. Actually, making a move maybe on Ruiz. Ruiz does have some worn tires, and we aren't soft. That is making a huge difference. Let's give ourselves a little bit of push here, since our tire's a little soft. And actually, Monty's in a bit of a close-knit battle, too, in front and behind. She actually might be able to get ahead of... Who's in 13th? Ribeiro, who's on hards. This is actually kind of interesting all of a sudden. Alright, Valky's got no one near her, front or back. Monty's still half a second in front and behind. Man, if we had DRS... Alright, we're going to get burned past over here, and there's some ERS defense. Oh, that actually slowed down. They're using their ERS charge over here, and they still got stuck behind Monty for an extended period of time. That's actually really good. Another freaking crash! Same corner? Oh, they've already recovered the car. Okay, missed it. What's my real time? Okay, 3 o'clock. That's good. Our schedules work now. I'm going to pull back on engine mode. We're going to go to orange engine mode here for Balky because I'm a little bit worried about her fuel load since we did burn some ERS for power instead of hybrid mode. I'm a little concerned. And she's not really near anyone, so this might be a decent time to do it. Sponsor objectives. We do have to pit one more time, of course. I think we're doing fine with Monty fuel-wise. Yeah, I know Balky's better on fuel, but without the charge... I mean, there's not that much of a charge difference. She does have a slightly increased efficiency. Okay, now I think we're getting close to the next pit, the tire change, so we're going to go ahead and burn the ERS mode here. I'll wait a little bit longer on Balky. Another 16 crashes and we win. I mean, 18 crashes that are not us would be the ideal. It's amazing we're getting crashes this race, and we don't think we got any on the rain day, did we?
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Oh, you think risk the 50% charge on Balky? Maybe. The thing is, I don't know what the percentage chance of things going badly are. It's so hard to know. Oh, Katrinda is back. Probably with another terrible pun. Hang on. Let's change tabs. Go here. Come back over here. Katrinda, here's my dad's favorite joke. Why do men not get mad cow disease? Because they're all pigs. Wow. That does sound like a dad joke, though. Let's go ahead and burn our hybrid mode here. Temps are okay here. We can probably go to neutral. Double stack's going to be very easy. We got, like, 9 seconds between the two drivers right now, so we can easily double stack them with no problem. More like a mom joke. Maybe. Yeah. Let's hear it for mom jokes. The dad jokes get all the attention, but... Okay, so lowest performance, lowest tire wear here, that's fine. You actually had a little bit more to spare. You should probably push because your temp's getting critically low here. Actually, we're approaching a good time. So 11 laps remaining here. After we leave the pit, there's going to be 10 laps remaining, which is perfect for another set of softs. We're going to pit now. Conditions okay. We're going to be able to finish on red engine mode, assuming fuel's going to be okay. I'm just going to do a 25% charge because we don't know. Because we don't know. Hold on. Oh shit, you're already locked in. Was that correct? No, I guess it is correct. Same thing here. Yeah, the tire wear is getting pretty low. 11, when you get out, it's going to go to 10, so it's going to be perfect for these softs. The engine's getting a little more worn here, but it's going to be okay. You've seen people charge 100% never... Alright, we're going to have to figure out... I'm going to have to do some Googling or rip apart the code files. We need to figure out what the risks are. What the overcharging percentage risks are. More charge now. 37%. I think our fuel load's actually looking pretty good here. I think we're fine. Valky and the sweet. What are we passing? Ruiz, who's on somewhat worn medium, so they're in their medium or the middle performance band on slower tires, whereas we're on the sauce right now. We have like a 0 second per lap penalty, so we're going quite a bit faster here. So now the big question: we're done our pitting. How many people ahead of us are still going to pit? Some, not that many. I don't think we're going to end up in the top 10. If there's a chance, I don't think sponsor objectives are going to happen. I'm a little concerned about our fuel load. A little concerned. Because there's not that many laps remaining for us to, like, I don't think we're going to be hitting 100% charge and then burning through 100% charge. I think we do have a little bit more with Monty. 9 laps remaining. Yeah, I'm going to run on orange for now. And it's true, if we get lapped, which, here's the question. We have not been lapped yet. Right? Lavoie is clearly behind us. They've lapped, yeah, so they've lapped a few. Oh, I was going to say, so she actually just lapped 18th place. Or is just where's... Hang on. Oh yeah, I'm misinterpreting. So she's just behind 18th. She's just about to lap 18th. She might lap Monty. Monty might have one less lap to do. We can't guarantee that. Still hasn't passed 18th. And Lavoie might pit one more time. I don't know. I'm betting she's going to try to make it to the end like this. I don't think we can count on being lapped. Okay, she has passed 18th, so she's closing in on us with 8 laps remaining. Now, okay. And the thing is, we might have enough fuel actually legitimately to just make it there. Especially on her. She's got more charge. Balky's got less charge, but has the inherent fuel-saving thing. Maybe we're fine on both. Martson pitted. Okay. There are going to be some pits here. I think Balky's going to... You know, Balky might end up in the points after all. And she might be being slowed by 12th. So I don't think I'm going to increase my engine mode now unless I think I can overtake 12th place. You know what? Let's give it a little push tire here. I can't use an ERS charge for power. But we at some point, we do have to run the tires a little bit more just to keep the temps up. So this is a fine place, if any, to do it. Monty, where are you? You're here. First place still has a while to go. I don't think we'll get lapped, but I think at this point we're just assuming that it's not going to happen. I think we'll go ahead and use the hybrid on Monty now, because it'll take a while to discharge that. Excellent overtake. Let's keep you on high, and then put the tires back on neutral. How are we planning on finishing this race with -3 fuel? Yeah, watch Monty. Watch her fuel delta. Watch what's going to happen here with her hybrid mode. It's going to be crazy. I think I will go to high here. I don't know. I'm still a little paranoid. Better safe than sorry. And I'm going to activate the hybrid mode here. It's a little earlier than I would like with Balky, but it'll give us maximum information. So their fuel loads are... So yeah, Balky's a little lighter on fuel, and actually they're charged. So Balky's still got more fuel than Monty. So right now it's Monty's fuel we're slightly more concerned about. Got some pits happening over there. Where's Lavoie? Alright, she's past the 17th place person. She still has to do Ruiz in 16th before she gets to Monty. And actually, I think Lavoie is going to have to pit one more time. Now, 4 laps remaining. She's going to try to make those tires work, but she's definitely in the lowest performance band. Because if she was going to pass us, we'd know for sure that Monty would have ludicrous excess fuel. Because of saving 1 lap. I'm actually concerned. Oh shit, we're graining here. You're right, push, and actually, we're nearly there here too. Oh, there you go. All right, Monty just got lapped. So now she's going to be laughing for fuel. And if we go overtake, we could go high and then maybe have some room for some ERS instead. I think Balky still has to be a little bit more conservative. I'm not expecting her to get lapped. It's possible, but we really can't count on it. Tires are wearing down, lowest performance band, I know. We're going to have a little bit more... We're going to be able to hybrid a little bit more for the end. So that's just 20% warning. The cliff on the softs is 10%, which is... We've got 2 laps to go. I think we will end up hitting the cliff before the end, which sucks. See, excess fuel over here. Let's go to orange. Plus we might be able to squeeze a little more hybrid in there. The Balky's a little tighter. Now, people are coming in from behind, but maybe not that much. Okay, let's go back down to neutral here. We gotta watch the temp, but we are gonna hit that tire cliff. Squeeze a little more hybrid in here for the final lap. This is the final lap. Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be real tight. And Monty just finished her race, I think, because of the lapping status. Now, see, we're going to be fine. Actually, we can go up to medium. In fact, we can do a little high... let me ERS a little here. But the problem is we hit the cliff on our tires. It's not the... our fuel's fine, but the tire cliff... That's what's killing us over here and causing us to drop. That's the problem. We hit the tire cliff. Guess we should have gone medium, soft, medium, or medium, medium, soft. It looked like we were going to be fine. The problem is it was so cold we had to keep pushing the tires, which cut. Oh, 13th, I think, finished the race because of the lap. I think we are the final finisher that didn't get lapped. I don't think we pitted a lap early, because it said 11 laps remaining, which means there would have been 10 when we left the pits. But maybe we did. Well, apparently we did, because the first stint was kind of out of whack. The problem is, so it said 11 laps remaining, but that's what it says. No, you're right. See, it's not a problem when there's a refueling race, because it explicitly tells you on the other screen. When you go to fuel, it tells you how many laps there will be after the pit stop. Because the thing in the top right corner, I know I'm pointing left because of the mirror image here. The thing in the top right corner, it tells you how many laps are remaining now, not after the pit stop. And it said 11 now, so I would have thought there'd be 10 after. But yeah, yeah, we did 10 laps over here and 11 over here, so it was not correct. It was... Right, Monty did one less because she got lapped. So we did indeed pit one lap early, and that cost us on Balky. But that was a display inconsistency. It's probably because we were just about to cross the start-finish line. Like, maybe it was rounding down? That was weird, actually. So presumably, if we'd skipped that pit entrance, gone past the start-finish line, and then hit the pit button, it would have still said 11, but then it would have meant that, yes, but when you're done pitting, you'll come out with 10 left remaining. We have to be aware of that. If we're very close to the pit lane when we hit that button, that lap remaining counter is not accurate, and we should do a manual count. We didn't do a manual count. Now, I was not looking at how many laps the leader had left. Because, first of all, the leader had exactly the same number of laps left as we did, because we didn't get lapped here. They both said exactly the same. They both said 11 laps remaining. So it wasn't looking at the leader count, because none of us had been lapped at the time. Well, the next race, we'll take a look and we'll see. We know that display is now inconsistent, and we cannot trust it. There's certain conditions that cause it to not work the same way as it does in other times. Mm-hmm. How much performance loss do you get when you're graining? You don't lose performance from graining. Your tires wear twice as fast during that time. But we weren't actually sitting at 0% very long. Monty was the one who was sitting at 0% and complaining about the graining. It wasn't Balky. I mean, we exceeded expectations, but I really was hoping to squeeze an extra point out. If we could have gotten another point, it'd be good. Because right now, we're 8th overall because the team's in 9th. No, we actually came in 9th overall, so we didn't even meet our objectives. Whereas we definitely would have otherwise. But the teams in 9th and 10th had 0 points, and we had 2. So if we want to keep our overall season standings, we need to keep ahead of Van Dort and McNeil over here, and getting an extra point would have helped with that. Okay, definitely not you, because you're super low on stats. We will get some level up on these guys when we hire them, but we don't really want this. It's mostly tires. Like, we need 4 people who can crush tires, right? We don't want you. I'm thinking these ones with the 17, they might end up being a 20 after we hire them. So we should get Kumi now here, even though they're a little bit more expensive. Although they are lower stamina. They can fit multiple roles, but I mean, we have front and rear jack. We've got it with some redundancy, so that's not really a problem. Maybe we get Bosnar. Really good stamina, and I think there'll be a 20 on the tires. Top one is flexible. We might consider hiring them as well. Over here, the only thing this person will really do is the rear jack, and we're good there. Although the 100 stamina is pretty cool. We'll grab Bosnar. Sounds like some sort of alien. And yeah, they did come in with a 20 over here. So they gain at least 3 points worth of stuff. I guess I could have checked the other numbers to see maybe you can get an idea as to differences that can happen here. Swap you over there. 20 tire, 20 rear jack. Okay, well, we'll put Neville here on the rear jack. Swap you in over here. 0% failure chance with a 20 tire, so we'll put you in over there. I guess we'll throw the 19 in here. The fixing I still don't really care about, because we don't really have to do that. We have to have someone in these positions. I don't know if they're mistake chance triggers if they're not doing their job. I actually have no idea how that works. I think it's time to let the Beza go, because they're losing their stats from their burnout now. We're just going to get rid of them. Stop paying their per race. Okay, so the ERS was a 15, so it seems like it's a plus 3 overall is what we're getting. Nice. Wait, did I not? Oh, there you go. Let's fire you, since you're not going to bounce back anyway. So yeah, I'm not going to care about the fixing positions. Although Cold Accord can do good tires and stuff too. We can put someone else in. I mean, you don't have 20s on anything. Whatever. Just come in here. I don't really care. Done. We're not working apart because we actually just finished a new gearbox here during the race weekend. Partanen finished 20th. Well, they finished because they crashed. Should I just shit talk the other team? I don't want to shit talk Partanen. They do really good, actually. No, see, they just got unlucky. They're an excellent driver. And this, I think, will give a buttered up so they're more open to terms, although I don't think we're going to be hiring them. I'm sure Partanen was a she for some reason, but apparently not. Okay, we're going to design another gearbox. Max acceleration. Max acceleration. Max acceleration. Okay. We'll have a lot of work to do to improve the performance and reliability, but it's going to be a stonking good gearbox. What a shit talk the Ferrari. We got a little spinola is what happened there. We can't start improving the parts yet because they're just fixing the car. There we go. Repair work done. Nope, nope. Something else. Pit stop development. What is this? Panther race team, they often spend time practicing their pit stops in dedicated facility at the track in Guildford. Wondering if they take the pit crew down there ourselves. So we could spend $500,000. All pit crew stats get +1. Well, we've got a lot of 20s now. I don't think this is actually going to improve our situation. It might open up a couple of things. It might make it a little easier to do the whole 20. Yeah, people mostly want yes. And the say no more. Yeah, okay. All right. Chat says they want it. Well, there you go. I always listen to chat. Ish. Okay, is the repair work done now? Nope. Now what? Okay, car repair finished. There we go. That was still grayed out. Oh, man, I hadn't refreshed this page yet. Okay, let me clear everything here. So this new gearbox is what we need to start working on. We'll finish this engine to get that capped out. That's going to be fine. And mostly what we need, we need this gearbox to be done. It doesn't actually have to be 100%ed. If we said something like this would be high enough percentage. We're going to be very happy to use it during the race. This way we can squeeze in a little bit more performance over here. According to chat, 100% of chat's ideas are good ideas. There you go. We're just going to wait until, wow, both these guys. Going to wait for all these to come in. I thought the reliability work was going to be done after the race. The mechanics get an improved stat? I don't know. Maybe some RNG? Rounding errors? Alright, what do we got here? Well, first place. So we can completely ignore the bonus payments. The only thing that matters is upfront payment. So clearly we're going to Viking. I mean, effectively they're paying us $500,000 a race for the Viking sponsor. So, good. Excellent. Done. Simple. We need to wait for one more sponsor to arrive for the slot number 1. Really? You think we've got one of the best lead designers in the business? Really? Okay. Disagree, but okay. Viking requires us to dress like a Viking? Hold on, where's my Viking hat? Is an excellent question. What kind of job do I have where I'm pondering, you know, in front of hundreds of people where I put my Viking hat. Yeah, I actually don't know where my Viking hat is. Oh well, we're not going to be on brand apparently for our sponsors. Do we still only have the 2 sponsor offers? Okay, we'll wait until right before the race to accept then. Oh, this is right before the race. I mean, we could wait, but there's no real reason to do it. They're both for 4 races. Here's the thing. If we hit this target every single time, so it's going to be worth 400... Well, we need qualifying and race, right? So it's 200,000 per. Now, I think we just get special effects. We just take the million up front, so it's a $250,000 per race. It's not brilliant, but I think we have to go for it. I think waiting would sort of suck. It's unfortunate that we didn't see all 3 sponsor choices, but I think it would be silly to leave the money on the table and run without a sponsor here. We'll go with special effect because it's the one that's most possible to hit. Heavy Ranger and Quali. You know what this tells me? Is we really don't have to worry about our soft tire allocation. Because we're unlikely to burn many soft tires. I think what we most likely want to do is make sure we bring extra hards and mediums so we can practice on the hards and mediums and get that knowledge. Mostly for bulky. Actually, no, for both. Neither one of them have a mechanic trait we are using in races. So if we can get whichever tire we're going to use most for race day, probably medium, and get, you know, level 3 knowledge for that and level 3 race trim, that's going to be really good. And quali, we'll just use wets or intermediates. It'll be a shitstorm. We have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, it might be dry too. That's true. I mean, since it's, you know, we know there's going to be rain that day. We don't know about the race itself. But what I'm thinking is we're going to do this sort of tire allocation. Yeah, quali might have a little dry at the beginning. Race might end up being wet for part of it. We don't know. At least the temperatures aren't going to be, like, really, really cold. But we can certainly give Balky the new gearbox over here. And then Rhea, actually, yeah, sorry, you've got to give you a bad one. No, you're still going to be cranky because you're calculating all the parts. We can do some shenanigans here. Like, we'll give Balky that, do this, now she's happy. Because it only changes the driver whose part you're changing, so you can do weird shenanigans like this. I don't know, maybe it recorrects after the race or something, but right now she's feeling okay-ish. I mean, she's pissed because her car is garbage, which is true, but she's like, well, at least it's not that bad compared to the person I'm with. So we're still giving Balky the best car because she's our better driver, and she's performing better. I mean, she's also performing better because we're giving her the better car, but, I mean, sure. All right. Yeah, how do we feel about the tire selection? I think we're okay. It's unlikely we'll need 2 hards, but it gives us some options. More hards is possible. If we could do a one-stop race doing hards the entire time, then bringing 3 hards so that we can practice on hard might be a pretty good way. On the other hand, the more pit stops we do, the more ES charge we get. Bum, 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 bum. Is it a hacker display bug? What are we talking about? Do rarely use hards, but it might come up. We don't know. Oh shit! How many laps was this one? That's how we get to the season calendar. 32 laps. Okay. Medium is possible and easy, especially with the temperature the way it is. The tires aren't going to get cold. I don't think they're going to get hot either. I think we can one stop with mediums. Got the 5% cliff. I mean, hard medium is definitely going to work. 2 stops of soft is also possible. So this pit does not cut any part of the track at all. So it's not like it's a fast pit. If we do stop twice, we get to double up on an ES thing. I mean, we could hard soft for 33. Is hard soft faster than medium medium? I think it's going to be very close in compound. The advantage of going medium medium is that we can get our 15%, like our level 3 knowledge on mediums. So I think that's going to be better. We could do 2 separate strategies. That's a good point. In which case, what we might do then is we might 1-stop on Balky, because she's got more built-in fuel efficiency, and we could 2-stop on Monty, so that she gets the extra 25% charge to compensate for that. Now, with Monty, and our actual, like, estimated numbers are pretty much the same regardless. I mean, hard soft. I mean, we can do the 32 on the minimum. Same thing, it's about the same number. You guys want to do the 2 strategies? Mix it up? Alright. So on Monty, we'll go hard soft. Although, the problem with that is then we don't get to optimize our practice knowledge. If Monty's not going to run any mediums, then she's not going to benefit from medium knowledge. Right? And so on and so forth. I guess we could practice. We could do a little practice on medium, a little on softs. The softs help with quality, I guess. Or triple stop on softs. The problem with that is we didn't bring a lot of softs with us. I think we 1-stop on mediums for both. I think it's going to be better for us. They cannot agree at all for the handling situation, which is interesting. Speed balance probably going to be at the higher end of top speed. Downforce probably going to be lower. I don't think I'm going to adjust those. I think what I'll do with the handling is I will nudge things so it's closer to the limit so we know which way to go. Maybe do something like that as well for the speed balance. And same thing here with the handling. We'll go and nudge it closer to one side. Let me go a little longer with the speed balance. So it's still within the range, and then we'll sort of know a little bit more what we're going for based on the numbers that we get on these 2. Downforce is almost certainly going to be towards the higher end, but we'll just move left afterward and make an adjustment. So it's going to be okay. Chat is divided, so we got a bingo there. Nice. Send out. And we're just doing race trim. Okay. Bring in. Fuel burn. Fuel burn. How are we feeling? Come on. Get in there. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Alright, so Monty is like 1,000,000 miles away. That also gives us a lot of information. 54. I don't know if that's a record for us, but we did expect we need more downforce. Apparently we need a lot more downforce. So let's just go crazy over here. It might overshoot, which would be slightly annoying, but we'll see. The handling was only okay, so we're going to soften up the handling substantially over here, and the speed balance has to be a lot shorter. Alright, let's whack you back out with that. Oh yeah, I was going to wait to see the info on both here, so we could compare. Downforce, we need a whack ton more of that. Something like this. Handling we'll fix in a second. Speed balance is way off. Well, I mean, it's not poor, it's just okay. Something like this. And that's enough of a difference. It could be that the excellent is over here. Probably it's to the left, but let's eliminate the possibility of the right. Chat is both divided and multiplying. That's good. I like that. Vroom. Yeah, it'd be neat to split strategies so that we can get, you know, out of curiosity. But that means no matter what, one person's on the worst strategy, right? If you split. Now, whether the medium one is the most correct, I don't know. But at least it's going to have that level 3 knowledge to sort of help balance it out. Alright, so we hit great on the arrow. And we'll still make a little bit of an adjustment over here. Let's add 0.1 to each and see what that does for us. The handling was okay, is now good. Wouldn't surprise me if we overshot with the handling. And the speed balance was very poor, is now good, so at least that's something. Let me do this and that. Suck if it still says good. But I don't think it's like going good on both. One or both will go back down to okay. We'll either get an okay or a good or a great out of this, so I think we're going to gain information regardless. Okay. Go, go, go. Oh, excellent downforce on Balky. Nice. It's interesting, because I think I set them both to 17 and 27. For Balky, it was excellent. For Monty, it was great. The handling's out of range over here. Well, we know clearly what direction we're going to move in. Now, we were there. I think that's a good jump over here. Speed balance was okay, is now poor. So we got worse on the speed balance. So we need to go on the other side. Okay, we're getting good info here. Really good info. Oh, thanks for the gift subs, Krigoros. Cheers. 97%. Purple, purple. So we can do some little wiggly waggly. Let's do something like this, and maybe something like this, and see what we end up with. But mostly now, we can just keep you out until we max out the race trim and medium. So Balky is probably okay. We're going to max this out soon, and we'll bring her in, and then we'll switch to softs and quali trim. 93%. Triple great, we're only at 93%. Let's add another 0.1 to each one of these downforces. This might move us out from great into good. We will see what happens over there. And for the handling and speed balance, we really don't know. I'll just flick in some tire camber, and then we'll flick it the other way maybe, depending on how this goes. I will definitely just bring Monty in right away, though. So Balky's out for now. Monty we will bring in again. I don't know if we've mixed up our drivers yet this time. I'll try real hard to do it for you so you can knock that off your card, though. Oh, there we go. We broke the downforce. So, the 1818. So we weren't at 7, but we were at 1818 before, over here, which was great. And then we were still great, and then we became good. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull back on the downforce slightly and see if we can find the excellent. And we actually made things worse over here with our numbers. So what we're going to do is we're going to flick the other way with the tire camber. Well, we also made it worse with the downforce, but we're also looking for more information on the handling and speed balance and see if one of them becomes excellent all of a sudden. Maybe I'll give it another notch and see what it says. I want to try to get a little more information on Monty here. But our downforce should be bang on now with Monty. We'll have solved that part of the problem. That part of the minigame. Yeah, it's still not excellent, so we'll bring them both down one more notch. We're actually having a hard time finding the sweet spot. Okay, well, we found the speed balance, and the handling became good. So the handling was great over here and great over here. So what we can do is just soften the handling by one step. Oh, sorry, the other way around. There you go. That's back on a previous great. We still don't know what the excellent handling is, but it should put us back there. And if we just bring the tire pressure to make sure the speed balance stays right where it was. So actually now our handling's between two previous greats. And our downforces. All right, we're going to leave you out on race trim. We might not hit 98. We'll see. We might say something like that. We're going to leave you out on race trim until we hit level 3. And then we'll see what the numbers are. We'll still be able to make some adjustments. We can probably go and push the tires a little bit more. They're going to have enough life in them. I don't think we could red them for the rest of the practice. I think we'll be able to pit them in here. Entrance right over here. There you go, level 3. Yeah, all right, bring them both in. We just hit level 3 knowledge just as they finish that lap. Perfect. So we don't waste any time. Oh, Balky. That's interesting. We had the 97, which we're mostly okay with. And then we nudged the handling and the speed balance both to the right, which made things worse. So the speed balance actually needs to go slightly to the left. Let's do this, and we'll see how that compares. We'll at least have a 97 to go on, so that's going to be all right. So we're going to go into quality trim now for the rest, and you can burn through a set of softs, so that's going to be okay. Yeah, every 1% is one. So this is the biggest penalty. If we were at 0 here, we would lose 1 second per lap. So it definitely adds up. Man, slightly less downforce again. And actually, we don't really want to take it out of the rear wing. Hang on, let me reset this, because that's going to affect the speed balance more than anything else. What was it? Yeah, we'll take another, I don't know, another 0.3. That's actually, like, a really sizable move, actually. It's good, it's great. Yeah, we'll get the other nudge, I don't know. And see what that does. It'd be nice to get us a little bit higher than this. I'm going to try tweaking this a little bit, too, and see what we can do. Maybe. Anyway, you're going to quali there and there and see what we can get out of this. Probably push these tires. Try to get as much distance as possible. Oh, we might have excellented their arrows here, if they're saying that it's an improvement over what we had before. Handling, We're not really going to have a lot going on in quali, but that's going to be okay. What we might do is just try to do a single run in quali to keep ourselves with maximum soft tire options for the race. It could send out now, but what's the point? Okay. Country's got back on lockdown. Where are you, Tiny? Tiny and Dill? I think I heard Germany was going into lockdown. Or something else I just heard too. I don't remember. So, I bet it's UK. All right, yeah. So we're at 97. Fair, fine, okay. And yes, the soft, of course. And over here, we got the 97 on both. All right, I guess that's just going to have to be the way it's going to have to be. So we're going to do soft tires, quali trim, which ain't much. At least with Rhea, she can do sweeter spots and then quali trim maybe. And we'll do that. Start quali. Take the quali. And yeah, I want to save some tires for race day, so we'll probably just wait. Oh, that's right. There's going to be the rain in quali. So we're going to do one quali run right before it gets wet. It's really important that we finish before it starts raining. I think I'll send out now. We might be able to get a little bit more wear in, but let's go. Your area in Ontario gone red zone for 2 weeks. You must be in Southern Ontario. Toronto or the outskirts. I don't even know if we have any active cases where I am. What a surprise! Lavoie gets fastest lap here. Yeah, we're going to be finishing with plenty of time before the rain. We might have been able to wait for a little bit more dig-in, but we will see. Oh, double perfect on Balky. That's nice. I don't know what Monty had. Great and perfect. Okay. Oh, shit. It might have started raining right before... I don't know. Yeah, I think it started raining just before we finished our hot lap. That's still fine. There's no reason to go out in the wets. We're not going to improve over this. We'll start 17th and 18th, which is going to have to be fine. I should have gone out like 30 seconds sooner. 30 seconds sooner, apparently, is what we needed, but... No, I'm not going to let you out for another lap. I mean, in real life, we'd want him to get out, just, if nothing else, to get used to the wets, just in case there happens to be wet on the rain day. But we're not going to improve our times from this. Well, there might have been maybe one at the end. No, not really likely. It would have to be perfect timing to get another dry lap. That's okay. I suppose there was no reason not to go out on the wets. I guess you're right. It's not like there's going to be an accident. Simulate the rest of the session, please. Down before scrutineering. I don't think anything happened. I actually didn't check. I didn't remember seeing anyone having illegal parts or anything during scrutineering. But yeah, we ended up with the points because we actually pitted 1 lap too early. I didn't think we were. Must have been when I hit the... Because I was hitting the pit stop planning button just before the pit entrance. I think that number in the top right corner didn't represent the work the way it normally does. No. We'll do some manual math this time to make sure. Oh no, just simulate the session, please. You sign LeBlanc. Well, we can see. I think she's very expensive. I think it's in the tens of millions to break her contract just by itself. She's really good. But she's also in one of the best cars, right? It's her and Partanen. So, like, you got Sharp and Becker. They're in one team. LeBlanc, Partanen. This is, like, sort of the Mercedes and the Red Bulls, right? Is what we're looking at with those teams. So, Wednesday, I don't think there'll be a stream on Wednesday because instead, tomorrow, Tuesday. So, for those of you who weren't here at the start of the stream, Tuesday, we're playing Humankind. And I will be playing as myself. You're going to want to be here tomorrow. You're going to want to make sure you have a games... Wait, which was it? Games Together account. And as long as you have an account, you will be able to get Twitch drops to get my character for Humankind when it comes out. You don't have to pre-order Humankind or anything like that. You just have to make sure you have a Games Together account. And you have to have it linked to your Twitch so that you can get me... I'll be playing as myself. You guys will be able to get me as a drop for an AI opponent in Humankind. So don't miss that. Tomorrow. How cool is that? Effing cool! That's how cool that is. That Joker smile, yeah. We captured it. So yes, we're in Munich. Someone's asking. We are in Germania over here. And for race day, yeah, we can go medium tire race trim. That is our plan. Same thing over here. Medium tire race trim, and very happy about it. Car setups, we know those are okay. So we're going to be starting on medium. And unless there's some... I was going to say, unless there's some crazy safety car that comes out. That's not... I don't think that's wet enough. It's not enough wet. It's not wet enough to go into intermediates, especially with both our drivers having pretty high adaptability. It's going to be a little bit of moisture on the track, but that is it. We're going to go full load of fuel because the math keeps working out that way. We go full load of fuel, and then we just come out in the red engine mode. Same thing, medium, full fuel. We're going to stay on slicks. We should be able to red engine the entire race, unless it was a crucial part, in which case maybe we'll have to pull back for condition later on. We may have to do a little bit of fuel management. Really, the only reason we had to do fuel management last time is because we did do a little ERS on Balky at some point. And Monty would have been fine. Wouldn't have even had to go conserve. We might have just gone non-red a little sooner, but we'll see. Certainly, we're going to do at least 3/4 of the race on full red engine mode, which is going to be all right. The tires are a little bit tight, right? We have 32 laps, which is 2 stints of mediums at the best performance side. So we really don't want to push them much. I think we'll start them in orange, just for the initial melee, and then probably pull back to yellow. And then we can save. We'll be able to save. Well, now that's interesting. So these guys, yeah, unlocked for safety. So because there's going to be some rain, they don't have to start on their Q2 tire. They have the option of starting on the intermediates or wets, which these guys are using. And while it's not really wet enough for intermediates, you can see not everyone's made that decision. Why are you starting on fresh mediums? I would have thought they'd have the option of either choosing their Q2 tire or the intermediates. But I think they're unlocked completely because of the rain, so these guys are able to start on fresh mediums. I don't know why these guys are starting on intermediates. So in F1 regulation, they wouldn't be able to start on fresh mediums with the rain. They would have the option of starting on fresh intermediates. That would be okay. These mediums is not, I don't think, the way it would work in F1. And this one guy's not on fresh for some reason, but he might have just burned through all of his mediums in practice or something. Depends on what allocation he went with. All right, what's the timer? We got 15 minutes for this race, so we will have to go fairly quickly. Since I have some errands to run. And is a Kiss for Luck streaming after me? And if so, is she streaming more Cyberpunk today? And if so, I'm going to be really mad that I'm going to miss a little bit of it while I run some errands. But that's okay. I can watch Twitch on my phone, or listen to Twitch on my phone is really what's going to happen, which is going to be mostly good enough. Safest possible tire, which means any tire if they declare the start right. Yeah. It's going to be Rhino with Cyberpunk. Also good. Also good. All right, rolling start, which is boring. I mean, when we're like lower down the ranks like this, we probably want a standing start because of maximum RNG. When we get really good, the rolling start's probably going to be better because it eliminates the starting RNG. But it's going to be fine. All right, here we go. So double red, 17th and 18th. Monty actually making the places early. Hello. In the chaos that is this. All right, yeah, keep the speed up because we're a little sensitive on time here. 15th, 13th, nice. Let's bring down the tire modes here. We'll keep an eye on the temps, especially while it's wet. The tires might cool down a little bit, but I think we're mostly okay. 11th and 14th now. Very good. And Balky's on the inside, taking 13th, maybe 12th. Nope. But not bad. 11th and 13th already. People are crushing it. Other people are starting to use their ERS. And or hybrid modes actually are being activated quite early, which is a little bit surprising. Say it's damp, but I don't think we're going to lose too much performance from the wet over here. It's definitely not wet enough to require intermediates. It's going to clip just barely into intermediate stuff. We're hoping that adaptability will cause us to not lose too much. There's 4 people... Oh. Did some people in the back start on inters? I thought the top 6 started on intermediates. Maybe they just did really bad because it was dry. I wasn't watching. So it'll be interesting to see if these guys pull away like crazy in the damp here. Going to get a little wetter. Again, it's going to dip into... We would slightly prefer intermediates, but not by much. 13th place, Forsyth here is on intermediates, and actually he's starting to pass people. You see this? So the inter thing, and again, it's right around here, right around the E and the R. That tends to be where the crossover point is good. But I don't think we're going to lose very much time or performance here. And most people are on slicks as well. We're not going to pit for this for a marginal gain. The pit would cost us more. And we're trying to avoid that second pit because we're trying to do a one-stop race, which does mean we're not going to want to push our engines as much because we're not going to get as much of a free charge, right? We're only going to get a single free charge. I suspect we'll go in red mode for the entire first half. We'll start the second half in orange, and then we'll see where our engine is at the end. Yeah, watch the end, the AI pit for inters now. It is possible, and it's going to get slightly bit damper as well. Piaget might almost have considered it, right? Start on softs, push your tires on maximum attack mode, and then switch to inters. Keep going on maximum attack mode and then switch again. But I don't know. We have lost a little bit of positioning over here. Cujo is going to ERS past us and on the intermediates, which is probably working out right now. But they're going to have to pit for their slicks. It seems to have worked out for the people in the front. I don't think they've lost any position. You know, doing that one lap on intermediates, I don't think killed them. Temp seems to be fairly stable on yellow tire mode, which is kind of what we're looking for here. All right, hold on. 14th, 16th. Come on, Monty. I mean, she's right in the melee. We might kind of give her a little bit of push on her tires here, which we should be able to spare a little bit. Well, we got past now, and they're just mostly fighting with each other now. Well, I'll tell you what, let's keep them on the same tire strat then. Or Monty, who's ahead, we actually should push a little bit more. Make sure you're not holding up Balky, and there's a chance, actually, of you passing this person in 13th. She's on the inside, coming into this corner, then the outside on the next one, but still has the speed. Oh, this one's going to be the thing that caused her to lose out a little bit. I'm not going to use team orders here, because, I mean, they're in exactly the same configuration. Their lap times are going to be pretty damn similar. It's mostly going to be little individual RNG. There we go. There we go. And I think Balky's got it as well. Yes, both of them passed Lee. Nice. All right, I'm going to bring you back down to neutral here. Although, you know, you might have a chance at a pass here. I don't think DRS is a rule that's available in this game. They have ERS, but not DRS, I don't think. And Balky might just be faster here. And yeah, Balky's going to pass Monty legitimately, and then stay on the inside. Actually, it's Monty on the inside. What? They're fighting. Hold on. There you go. Quill's confused drivers. There's another bingo for you. No, Balky's on the outside of this, but is ahead. Hopefully Monty doesn't lose the space here. I don't want to work her tires anymore. Because actually, it looks on yellow, the tire does go up a little in temp. So we actually might be in a slight danger zone with Monty's tire temp. We'll have to keep an eye on things. And then, what happened? In theory, Monty's not great at overtaking, but she's crushing it this race. I don't know. I don't understand anything anymore, you guys. I would really like to do a power mode on Monty, but... Okay, it's 14th place. Lee's using some ERS, so they're going to pass us, and that's going to have to be okay. The rain's going away, yeah. And I don't think any of our drivers even complained about intermediates, which is pretty nice. So they still felt very comfortable. I think we did lose a little bit of pace to some of the people on the inters, which is why they're at the start here. But hopefully by saving ourselves a pit stop, it's going to be better. Hopefully. Come on, Monty. Get in there. Around the outside. Whoo! Almost didn't leave enough room in the corner. Monty, you got to leave the car's width. Them's the rules. You can't change your position more than once in the braking zone. Part-10 with the fastest laps on the inters, despite the fact that it's fairly dry, which is interesting. We are stuck in a lot of traffic here. Okay, 12th place is pitting. That's a Piaget here on those worn softs. So we don't have to really stress about pushing past here because we're going to get a free overtake in a second. Tire temps are getting certainly a little on the higher side. Now, we're probably going to have to double stack the stops. Unless we slow up Balky a little bit. Because, I mean, they're going to be pretty in sync there. Well, the thing is, I think we had a lap to spare on the tires. Maybe we could still pit someone maybe a little earlier, pit someone else a little later, and it might be okay. We want to pit them before they hit 5% because that's the cliff. Balky is really wanting to get past Monty, but... Let's slow Monty way the hell down here. Alright, we're at 50% on our tires. I think we can go a little longer before we hybrid mode. So what we want to do is we want to burn as much fuel off as possible, as early as possible. We could team orders, but I don't know. It always feels dirty, you know? I mean, strategically it's very powerful. I'm not sure it'd make a difference here. There's a chance Balky wouldn't be able to pass Hamilton either. Oh, there's Monty making a move. I'll tell you what, while you're making the move, we're going to have to slow down for your tires in a sec, though. Nope. Get in there. There you go. Monty got it done. Oh, that's Lee. Did Hamilton... Oh, Hamilton's up here. I got confused about some messaging somewhere. And Balky is able to follow right behind Monty as well. All right. Currently 7th and 8th. Of course, we haven't pitted yet. Okay, I think it's time. We're going to go ahead and activate our hybrid modes to make sure we burn off the charges before we come into pit. Look at that. Monty doing even better here. Temps are okay currently. And she got passed back, but that's fine. Can't get past Monty. Oh, you might now. I think Balky's going to get a legitimate pass. Although she's back on the outside. She was inside, outside, back maybe on the inside here. Can she squeeze past? Tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to just conserve Monty's tires for a sec here because she's actually really close to the tire temp. And we're going to let Balky get ahead that way without an explicit team orders. There we go. These tires are still pretty hot, so we are still gaining a tiny bit of temp on these tires, on these mediums when we're in yellow mode. Monty's going to lose more space over here, unfortunately. Maybe, maybe not. Gonna keep the inside for now. Who are we fighting with? So that's Becker and Lee. Lee's on pretty old tires. Becker's on pretty new mediums, so she might get past. Hybrid mode is still hybridizing. Alright, Monty, I'm going to put you on conserve. What we might get Monty to do is stay out 1 lap more. We still have to make sure Balky doesn't hit 5%, because that's the cliff, which is no good. But maybe what we'll do... Although now they might be spaced enough for a double stack. Barely, but yeah, they're 2.2 seconds apart. Although, Monty might go a little slower because of this mode, and it might balance out pretty well. I think actually we're back in double stack territory. I think I would still like to bring her temp to be a little bit more in line with Balky's so that we're comfortable with both their temperatures. Lee fast becoming new nemesis. I know, right? Done. Isn't Lee one of the aliases that they use in Avatar: The Last Airbender in the Fire Nation? Because Lee's really common? Something like that. They have not shit form points. I know, right? Well, I mean, Monty's down to 5.8, but we've got an 8.9 with Balky, and I think it's showing. Took her a while to get past Monty, but now she's 2 places ahead. 3 places ahead, really. Yeah. There's 2 people in between them. There might have been Wang as well. And then when he was going to school, Aang used one of the previous Avatar names, didn't he? Can't remember. Right, 8th place. Who's in 8th? That's Becker with considerably fresher tires and a much better car, I'm sure. Will we be doing a Cyberpunk series? I don't know. I mean, they don't tend to do that. It's really long form, and I don't know how many people like follow the whole story. We might do a few more highlights. We've done a couple of streams. I'll get the second stream video up shortly as well. I don't know about a full series. If I'm going to do a full series of an RPG type thing like that, I think it has to be Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I think it has to be. Alright, the temps, we're still nearly at the top of the temps charts here. Get a little bit more room here with Monty. Who's on? Yes. Or Fallout. Well, I mean, I've done a lot of Fallout 4 stuff and a bunch of Fallout New Vegas stuff. Fallout 1 and 2 is something that I keep talking about maybe doing. But Bloodlines 2 is coming out. Okay, so Balky has just entered the lowest performance band on those tires. So we still want to go further. We want to have 16 laps completed. We want to... so actually, when this says 15, that means... No, we'll be working the 15th lap. So when this says 16, we'll be working the 16th lap. Then we can hit the pit button. Because you'll pit at the end of the 16th lap, and that's half the race done. So that's what we're kind of thinking. So, and I think we are, yeah, there's 5 seconds difference, 6 seconds difference between Balky and Monty, so we can double stack them, so that's going to be okay. Let's go back over here. Let's actually switch you to conserve, just to make sure that tires don't overheat. And that's going to line up perfectly. I mean, we're in the lowest performance band, but we're not going to hit the cliff. So a lot of people who were on intermediates, I don't know what they pitted for. I'm trying to remember the various people, like mediums. I think some did switch to newer hards, because Cujo was definitely someone on intermediates. So they switched to hard. So there's a mix of strategy by the AI there. Alright, so that's lap 15 completed. And this number doesn't update right away. That's another one of these issues. We do this and we do this. Now it says lap 16 over here. So if we hit pit now, so again, it says 17 laps remaining, but that's when we exit the pit, there will be 16 laps remaining. Well, last time we hit this button, I think because of the position, this number wasn't quite right. But yeah, there's like some funkiness. I think it has to do with how far along of our lap is. When we come out of the pits, there will only be 16 laps left. So we will have done exactly 16 on one set of mediums. We'll do exactly 16 on the other set of mediums. The last time it said 11. So I said, oh, when we leave the pits, it'll be 10. But it was wrong, and it probably had to do with about when I hit the button. But I'm 100% sure about the math at this point. So that's okay. I think our fuel situation is also fine, so we're going to be pitting for fresh mediums. Park condition is going to be okay. We're just going to go for this. I need to know these stats. Because the thing is, I could go to 50, and if it goes well, we're like, oh, well, 50 is fine, but it might screw us on a bad time. You know what I mean? I'm thinking what we might do with Monty is we might 50% her, since she has lower... Balky's got the built-in fuel efficiency, so we'll 25% Balky, we'll 50% Monty. I mean, it's still going to be a sub 2 second stop if we do this, and then a reduced chance of F-ups. And one thing I don't know is if this safe, you know, balanced risky affects the risk of an ERS fail as well. Maybe going safe, you know, makes it basically be a freebie. I don't know. So, and then with Monty... So it's interesting, it says exactly the same numbers here, even though she hasn't actually passed the pit entrance, but counting from first, I don't know. Anyway, you'll be fine as well, so you're going to go to medium. We are going to go with a 50% charge over here, with a medium overcharge risk. No idea what that means. Done, done, done. And actually, before you pit, let's burn a little bit more hybrid mode over here for you guys, in case it breaks. Tire temp's on the limit, but it's going to be fine, especially if we're pitting here. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the wear. That's going to be A-okay. We do not have to use 2 tire types. There are no restrictions to what tire... We don't... If the tires lasted long enough, we could actually just finish the race without a pit stop either. But they don't last long enough for that. Okay, good. 4% left before the cliff, which is very nice. Oh, yeah. Kujovic. Yeah, but I like to say Cujo. Boom. That went okay, so Monty will be a slightly bigger question. And yeah, fuel situation is fine. Oh, oops. No, see, I don't want this. Yeah, the charge happened there fine as well. Excellent. So you can definitely red. I guess you'll red too. We're going to put you on neutral. I think we're okay fuel-wise. No problemos. I mean, we didn't use any of our ERS this time for a power mode, which is sort of where we're designed to be. So currently in 15th and 19th, we got our fresh tires. We're done. We don't have to pit anymore. Everyone else in the race is definitely pitting again. Fondy conceivably might go to the end with these tires, but no. But no. Ruiz, okay, Ruiz might finish. But that is it. The thing is, the people in front are going to pit and still come out and still be faster than us because they have actual cars instead of shopping carts. Overcharge's chance of breaking the ERS was not being available for... Yes, that's what happens. If you overcharge, it blows this, and you can't use the ERS for the rest of the race, which means all of a sudden we have a huge fuel problem. Because we might not be able to finish it even on blue. An overcharge fail for us, with the way we're risking our strategy, means a DNF. If we were using our ERS more as a passing tool, an overcharge fail means, okay, well, I mean, we're not going to have the speed boost, but at least we'll still finish the race. Whereas us, it likely means we're not finishing the race, depending on exactly when it happens and how much fuel reserve we've got. Yeah, I can't really push the tires because they're really at their limit. They're really at their limit. Who's this? Lee and 12 on the hards with a little bit of wear, and they've got some charge. Balky, I think you're going to have to get through, like, legit here. But you are right up their ass. On the inside through the first chicane, no. The inside around the hairpin, I don't know if you quite call this a hairpin. And then they're going to ERS away. Okay, that's fine. Where's first over here? Okay, so currently not being threatened with being lapped. I think the fuel situation is going to be fine on both cars. Maybe we'll go down to high mode. Yeah. Well, at the fastest lap. 10 laps remaining. Yeah, I think just being on high, I think we're going to be okay fuel-wise. We have to make sure to hit hybrid here before we completely fill up, and then we start wasting charge. But we want to wait as long as possible because we want to burn as much fuel as possible, be as light as possible before we hit this bouton. I'm going to call that good enough. All right, Monty should go into the black with her fuel load. So, 16th lost his place to Fondy here, who's on fresh hard. Interesting. That seems really late to put hards on, but Fondy may have been through all their mediums. that is possible. Okay, you're gonna be fine on overtake. I think you will be as well, actually. Alright, go for hybrid. Yeah, rip points unless we get some pitting. We shall see. Have a shot at points, shot at sponsors. It's entirely possible. You're out of charge. I mean, you'll get a little bit more charge. There's not a lot of race left. Let's put you on medium. I think you'll be fine. Let's put you on medium for now, too. I'm a little worried. Because we're going to be able to do another little burst of hybrid here. Well, there's not really a lot of race left, is there? Oh, shit. And Cujo in front of us with a fresh softs. Yeah, that's true, too. Yeah, the tire wear is getting pretty high. There's not much race left. We still have... I may have waited too long to hit the hybrid mode here. Okay, I think we'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to be golden. No problem over here. In fact, do that. We haven't been lapped, right? No. Okay. People pitted. Most of the tire wear I'm concerned about here. Yeah, you're still hybridizing. You're going to be fine, too. We're in 10th for points. 9% left over here. Final lap. Well, ish. Wait, is this our final lap? No. 31 here. Yeah, 32 because the leader. We're on 31. Little hybrid left. You're going to be fine. It's going to be tight. You're definitely, obviously fine. You've got a little bit of hybrid left. You've got innate fuel saving. And on yellow, it doesn't quite use the full amount. But maybe I'll low for now just to make sure the numbers work out. But yeah, you can see it's getting close. There we go. Yeah, we're going to be fine. Tight, but fine. The thing is this. We're one short of points, and I'm not sure what we can do about it. Oh, we didn't hit the cliff. The cliff is 5% on mediums. Getting close to the end here. Oh, he had some ERS left. Did we actually break even on fuel on orange with Balky? No, not quite. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to catch. Oh well. Oops. As long as it actually used it for hybrid and it did, yeah, you're gonna be fine. Okay. Well, we definitely exceeded our 8th place overall expectations. This actually was pretty decent for us. This might have been 6th overall. Again, it'll depend on the split of other people. It's unfortunate we didn't get points, but our expectations have been met. No sponsor bonus, no points. We're just shy. But this is really good for the cars that we have. Consider our cars are garbage. Garbage. We deserve to end up like 17th, 18th, right? We deserve to end up where our quali times are. Our quali times are representative of our overall pace. So our pace dictates we should be 17th, 18th. Our slightly superior strategy is making us come out higher than that. So we should be really happy where we are. But it still hurts to be just that close. Just that close to those points. Okay, luckily Van Dort and McNeil still have not scored points. That's good. Those are our competitors. We're just staying just ahead of them as a result of that. Whew. cosplaying Russell at the moment. I mean, Russell would be pretty happy with an 11th place finish, which has happened. But yeah, I think I like the comparison to Haas because yeah, we're expecting to come in 8th overall out of 10. So what 10th would be Williams, 9th would be what? Alfa Romeo, and then 8th Haas. I actually don't know how they ended the season, but I'm betting something around like that. That's sort of where we are. Haas is 9th. So Alfa Romeo came in 8th? Okay. What engine does Alfa Romeo use? Are they also a Ferrari engine? Because Haas is Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, again, overall, I mean, team standings are there. Things are relatively happy overall. Can have an interview over here. Oh, sure. Sharp's good. Actually, Sharp is very good. She would consider talking to us. How, if we were to take a look at the driver scooting over here, first of all, is there anyone we... No, okay, we've scouted everyone. Alvarez and Lipinen aren't employed. Oh, what's their marketability? 0%. Right, of course. Which is bad for us. It's one of those things where the AI doesn't give a shit, but it ruins us. 66 might be doable, though. I mean, we'd lose a little sponsor money. Man, his smoothness sucks, but he's a good driver otherwise. He might be... the other one at 33 might be retiring. We're not interested in that one. But 26, not retiring. Marketability is at least exists. 93% marketability is definitely someone we would like. 98% marketability is someone we'd definitely like. There's Lee. See, only sitting at 66. I mean... We're considering the other 66, but Lee still has a contract, so we can't consider them right now. Well, I guess what I should do... Well, no, I don't want to star the 66. I don't really want to star the other 66 I've got, but right now there's, you know, because they're not currently hired, it's worth taking a look at them. 100% marketability. If we could ever pick this person up, that would be good. We're in the right league and everything. I mean, well, ish. They might be doing other things, but they are drivers. They can do single-seaters. Linda, now that is some marketability. This is someone we'd really like. And some of these contracts are getting kind of low. 74 is potentially workable. Still has some potential as well here. I say 43 is a little low. 75, I mean, maybe. These are all people we could consider. And I mean, some of these might even be paid drivers that makes it, you know, a little bit better. Low marketability and crash happy. You'd think someone who's crash happy would actually have a higher marketability because people would be interested. I mean, it depends, right? Depends on the nature of the crash. Yeah, no, that's too low marketability. Okay. So yeah, we slapped down some more stars. So the ones we have favorited, we could consider shopping around for. So yeah, Alvarez over here. 66 isn't as great as we would like. Oh, and that's boosted by the filming documentary. Oh, never mind. This marketability is going to be way too low for us to consider when he's done with his documentary. So we can't actually consider Geraldo. That's too low. But theoretically, all these over here are good enough that we might consider. They have enough marketability that they'll bring in the sponsors, and of course they're pretty strong drivers as well. So these guys here with the relatively, compared to some of the others, brake contract cost being low, same thing over here, we might consider picking them. That's interesting. Contract doesn't end until 2025, but the brake contract cost is on par with someone who's ending now. Oh, that's 2 years difference, same brake contract. Wonder why that is. And of course, some of these guys might be willing to pay the split. It partially depends on what, you know. Well, they're all in, like, they're probably in the highest tier. This is Endurance Cup as opposed to, so they're in the Endurance Series as opposed to the single seater, but they're probably at the top of their game. So we will see. It's not going to be 3 races today. We're going to be wrapping it up over here. We're going to be doing a raid on Kiss for Luck's channel. A Rhino is streaming today. Some Cyberpunk. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, same time today's stream started. We are playing Humankind. And if you get yourself, do I have the link over here? Yes. If you make sure you have an account on Games Together and link the account to Twitch, you can get me as a drop so that you can play against me as an AI. You will have me as an AI in your games. I did a psychological questionnaire to evaluate my playstyle so that they could tune an AI that feels like my playstyle of an AI. So theoretically, it will feel like you're playing against me. So definitely don't miss that. That's tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, let's raid Rhino, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.